He sat down to rest in the top of a tree where he could look off over the green meadows. Far, far away he could see the purple hills, behind which jolly round red Mr. Sun goes to bed every night.
He could see the old stone wall that separated Farmer Brown's cornfield from the green meadows.
He could see Farmer Brown's house and barn, and near them the old orchard where Johnny Chuck had spent the summer with Polly Chuck and their baby Chucks. He knew every nook and corner in the old stone wall, and many times he had been to the old orchard.
It was there that he had stolen the eggs of Drummer the Woodpecker.
He grinned at the thought of those eggs and how he had stolen them, and then he shivered as he remembered how he had finally been caught and how sharp the bills of Drummer and Mrs. Drummer were.
But all that was in the past, and thinking about it wasn't going to help him now.
Perhaps he might find a place to live in the old stone wall, and there just might, be enough grains of corn scattered over the ground of the cornfield for him to lay up a supply, if he worked very hard and fast. Anyway, he would have a look, so he hurried down the tree and out along the old stone wall. His spirits began to rise as he whisked along, peering into every hole and jumping from stone to stone. It really seemed as though he might find a snug home somewhere here. Then he remembered something that made his heart sink again. He remembered having seen Shadow the Weasel more than once exploring that very wall.
Just as likely as not, he would do it again, for it was so very near the green forest. No, the old stone wall wouldn't do. Just then came Peter Rabbit. Peter saw right away something was wrong with Chatterer, and he wanted to know what it was. Chatterer told him. He felt he had just got to tell someone.
Peter looked thoughtfully. He scratched his long left ear with his long right hind foot.
You know, there's another old stone wall up there by the old orchard. It is pretty near Farmer Brown's house, and Black Pussy hunts there a great deal. But you ought to be smart enough to keep out of her clutches.
I should hope so. I have never seen a cat yell